Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful. Good. I need someone who can smack a little sense into this colony. You could probably talk your way out of a landing ticket. You've got all your limbs, at least. Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Spacer's Choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, you sound a lot like my lieutenant. Here, hope this gun serves you better than it did me. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Damn it, my ears! Ugh. Oh. What in the...
Get over here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of wins. This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I have been programmed to communicate with diplomacy and tact. Please allow me to demonstrate. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
I smell blood!
Whoa, hey, where'd you... Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. You talk too pretty for a Marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't make...
I don't know you. Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here. You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand. Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you? Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. And there's no need for you to pry either.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again? Edgewater, Jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. Couple hours out of your day and some light second-story work, that's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with... Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Ah, gravesite fees. I mean that I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement when I expire. With what? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apology. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine... Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of... Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give some... Much... What can I do for... You know about Eugene? You were probably poking around my things. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dent... That's unthinkable. I can't... Yes, Here you are.
You the new worker? Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative. Shame, though.
Monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do... I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors.
Only regulator we got.
I beg your pardon. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in... There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly... Go down to the You're the first stranger to wander into town in an age. Scripture tells us that nothing happens without reason. I do not attend the good vicar's sermons as often as I should, but yes, I am a scientician, born and raised. And my faith tells me that hard work and difficulty fortify our spirit. Well, this is hard work I ask of you, but there is a reward at the end of it. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull the people. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince the Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant.
Are you setting off for the Veil? Because, I mean, if that's all...
I hesitate.
Great!
Well...
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along. It's just... Mr. Thompson... Sure, it all comes together seamless and it's just To Mr. Top... Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big spacer's... Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about... Thanks, ma'am. That's what my... I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian and Ms. Holcomb as well.
Just...
I saw...
What?
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What? That seems well within your expertise. Adelaide Mc... I can see why Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastard Snap barely escaped with my life. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd... It's a handwritten journal. Thank you.
When I was little... But we get freighter...
The war! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? cowering beneath your cot? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad... They have sent us... The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations.
Inside voices.
Gonna find you! Tear them apart! Get away!
Okay, keep it quiet.
Here they come!
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French! Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order, and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery. I shall see you on the ship.
Yep. The war. I'm talking... That's right. That's what I've been... when the swarm... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the Resistance. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project. I've been gathering up a war chest over... Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. They have sent a scout. The scout...
Aw, he ain't no threat.
Here we go! Woo! We made it!
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? You're a passing fair soldier. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the dump.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going...
Been keeping him careful. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. suppose you've earned it. One...
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. Designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical... You ever want to see a... Fun. This ain't so... Time's come for you to journey. Unfortunately, the old... I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my... I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. If you die horribly...
Move along, stranger. We don't want... Yeah. Go ahead and ignore them.
Oh, gosh. If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a pole. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother, on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Like everything else, there comes... He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? If you're going down to the plant, think about it. I trust...
Come on!
Here they come! I'll fix you right up!
you.
Incoming! Huh?
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
I've got some time. Thanks. Up here. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't passed.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this estate.
Absolutely. I won't.
Music to my ears.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Oh, wow. If I'd been able to get out here, I so would have stripped this for parts.
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Get ready! Here goes nothing! Here they come!
Oh, you can see the whole world from here. I always wanted to poke around in here.
Let's end this quick!
Processing. Clinics beginning. Now switching to garbage disposal mode.
I always wanted to poke around in here. Got it. Heads down.
Clinic beginning. Required for adjacent bodies.
The control room should be off to the right. hope we're doing the right thing.
Fall,
Here they
sweetie.
come! That's the last of them!
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Hold.
Here they come! Get past that alarm! Down they go!
Process searching.
Incoming!
Just 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
No, 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 just leave me alone. Get away! Go away, Phantom! You're not real! You're not real! You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? Clearly I mistook you for one... Chester D. Higgins. Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, I've come a long way. I specialized in automechanicals. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanic. Ironic deaths are the worst. You made your point. I'll help. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change... Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control... Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security Chief...
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Rosebud Falls.
Get past that armor! That's the last of them! Get ready!
mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Using security enforcement mode.
Where to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the air?
Look out!
The last. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
Zipper forming.
No hard feelings, okay?
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator. Do you under... If you're sure. Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That's the thing. This... You know, go...
Look at that. You off kill re Tell him how this
This is a fine day, friend. I trust Adelaide's... Then we are at an impasse. I am not perfect. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to... I am a spacer's... I don't believe you. You are disparaging our... We are a spacer's... I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but the soil's gone sour. Company... You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is... Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. You're right, I am. If Adelaide's found my life...
Oh, I almost forgot. You tried the best, now... Go ahead. You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's work spacers wanted to work in the science. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brain. Now that I'm... Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years at... lab working. They did. They get... Not so. What's there to figure out? You're one of those freelancers, then? Running about... Well, good...
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never supposed you're a vector.